Hello again, everyone. This is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. How's everybody doing today? Just in case you happen to miss my live show the other day, I highly recommended a video by a wonderful YouTuber. Her name is LYNN Wilson. I'll put the link in the description box below about how to begin stockpiling for just $5. I mentioned this at great length the other day on Wednesday's show, my Wednesday live show, but I want to also talk to you today about the reasons why it is important to begin a stockpile. You know, a few years ago, I'd haha, yeah, stockpile. Oh, what is the world going to end tomorrow? And I'm not a prepper by any stretch of the imagination. I am certainly not. But I learned a few lessons over the years. The one lesson that I learned a long while ago, and I'm glad that I did what I did, because at that time I was prepared after Superstorm Sandy. And that's when local people in my area figure, well, we're New Yorkers. What do we need this for? Blah, blah. Meantime, after Superstorm Sandy occurred, we were out in lights out for 5 days. We had no electricity for 5 days. The great news is I was prepared, okay? I didn't have a tremendous stockpile, I would say, for 2 weeks, but we were lights out for 5 days. So while other people locals going, no big deal, nothing's going to happen. It wasn't supposed to happen, but it did happen, and we did lose power in our area for 5 days. So life was at a standstill in New York City for 5 days plus. Some areas of our city were out weeks, not even days. So we were truly lucky in our area to get a restoration of power in the 5 days. Now, if you're thinking, well, you know what, you're broke. Let's just put it that way. You have no way of beginning a stockpile. That is actually not true. And if you follow that video to the letter, starting with $5, LYNN outlines precisely, dollar by dollar, her suggestion, what to do. So my suggestion is also this. Every single time you do a grocery haul, a regular grocery haul, buy one extra canned item or shelf-stable item that that will keep, and it'll be a-okay for a while. And just buy that one item, and if you could get it on sale, of course, even better. I'd like to save money, and so do you. So it wouldn't hurt to just add that one thing. Let's say, for example, you do a grocery haul every single week. By the end of the month, you'll have either 4 or 5, depending on the calendar month, 4 or 5 brand new items added to your stockpile effortlessly. Doesn't that beat doing panic shopping? Some people did panic shopping. They tend to do that right before snowstorms, hurricanes, you name it, they're there. Panic shopping. Instead of doing that, and this is definitely a much more wallet-friendly method to every single grocery haul that you have, to get that one possible, if you could afford it, and I try to make a way to afford it by either sale or cutting back on something else, and making that effort to buy that, even if it's a can of peas, for example, one, canned item. There's a lot to be said for canned goods, which in my opinion are grocery stores' biggest money-saving secret. Canned goods, they get a bad reputation, but when the day comes when lights are out and you need something to eat, nothing beats having those canned provisions. Am I right, or am I right? I know I'm right on this. So there are many, many reasons to stockpile. The other thing I wanted to mention, in addition to, and we're going to talk more in depth about it next week on my live show, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and we're going to talk about unusual places. Now, many of us live in small, tight spaces, okay? Lots of us don't have that additional room. And sometimes because of space issues, some people are like, well, I want to start a stockpile, but they're thinking they have no room. And that's what all of us as our little community, we're going to talk about next week. And one of my subscribers came up with a fantastic name suggestion that I'm about 99% sure that I'm going to name my community of wonderful, wonderful folks. I believe it was called the Jan Clan, or Jan's clan, something to that effect. I want to get the exact phraseology on that. And I think that's the one. I think that's the winner. No, it is the winner. But I just have to go back to it to get the exact phraseology and make that official announcement next week. But please don't think because you live in tight spaces that you cannot begin a stockpile, because that is absolutely not fair to you and absolutely not true. Now, the thing is, how long of a stockpile? I mean, for example, do you want a 1 month stockpile? Do you live by yourself? Everybody's circumstances are different. So I can't sit here and say, well, yeah, 3 months is great for you. I don't know that, okay? What I do know is that it is good to begin at some place and at some point. So whatever works for you, but the good news is you can do it. We could all do it, small space or whatever. So please continue to send in your wonderful suggestions and comments about any crack or crevice place in your place that you could figure out how and where someone else could consider a stockpile. Okay? Deal? Deal. And in the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you so much for watching. Why? Because I really do appreciate whose time? Your time. Don't forget to come back in the future for some more information, because I like to give information on some wonderful money-making tips. I'm going to rehook up that very important video by LYNN Wilson for those that may not have seen it on the live show the other day. Have a great weekend.